A new series on getting started with chickens. We've had a lot of people into the yard today because it's spring and it's lovely, wanting to start out with chickens and asking what do they need to get, what do they need to do. So firstly today we're going to be talking about the different types of housing, the wooden housing, plastic housing and the bedding that you can put in it. We're also going to go on in other videos in the series. We're going to talk about chickens, what to look for when you're buying them, what to feed the chickens. We're going to look at also their daily care and maintenance, sort of things you need to know to get started with chickens and to set you up for the next few weeks. Hello, it's Claire here again from Cotswold Chickens. Just wanted to show you this. We got a lovely little card, or a little book in fact, in from Peggy King, who's aged 5. She did this in January when she came to visit the yard. And she saw Anthony. She says, I saw the farmer, and look, she's got pictures of the pet pods around the back of the plastic housing. So just want to show you, it's absolutely gorgeous. This little girl sent that in for us. Look, bowl of eggs. Fantastic. Thank you, Peggy. There are two main sort of camps on the market. There's more traditional wooden housing like the one we've got here, and then there's plastic type of housing. Fantastic wooden housing like this is really, really strongly built. It's made from tannalised timber. You want to look for something that is pressure treated timber so it's not going to rot. And when you're looking at it, don't be shy, go up to it, give it a good shove and a good shake. Does it give easily? Look at how it's set up. Now, on the run part of it, you're going to want something that's made of this weld mesh that's got square holes in it, that's really strong. Don't buy something that's got chicken wire, you know, the hexagonal holes. It's very fine grade. You'll get a fox or a rat will easily bite through that. So you want something that is a fairly good grade, the weld mesh. Good strong bolts and hinges on it. You want something that is perfectly safe so that a fox isn't going to get in there easily, and also chickens couldn't sort of bust out too easily as well. You've got the nest box here at the back, which releases like this. So if you look in through there, you've got the roosting bars at the back there, which the chickens are roosting on at night when they go to sleep. They need to cling on. It's a bit like sleeping on a branch, so they need to sit on that. And you've got the nest boxes here. Now you've got 3 nest boxes, a nice provision of nest boxes. You need to allow at least 1 nest box per 3 chickens. Otherwise they fight over who's going to sit in there, or they bunk up and sit together when they're laying eggs, and I don't know, they swap knitting patterns and recipes, I think. And you want to find something that comes apart easily, that is easy for you to get into when you're cleaning it, because you don't want to be cleaning it through a tiny opening. You're going to have to want to clean it once a week, so it needs to be very, very easy to clean. Generally, when you've got a setup with a house, you've got 2 parts of it. You've got the house, the coop, and you've got the run, which will be attached to it, or in this case, an integral part of the building. How big does it need to be? You're governed really by the size of the run, because even if your chickens are going to free range some of the day, you're going to get days where they need to be left in the run for the whole day because you're out all day. It's simple as that. You need to allow an absolute minimum of 1 square metre per chicken in the run. They're really easy to clean, so if you're a bit short on time, they're much easier. You can just jet wash them out, and they're less inclined to get red mites. I wouldn't say they don't get red mites, but they're much less inclined because they're easy to clean. There's less nooks and crannies than you get in the wooden housing. They come in a variety of different sizes and types. They've usually got an integral run that bolts on in some fashion, and then they've got the Cotswold Chickens coop covers. They're keeping the sunlight out so they're not too bright in there. Chickens don't like direct sunlight. They get quite overheated quite easily, but they do like a decent amount of light. So when you're thinking about situating it and covering it, they need somewhere dry to go, and they need somewhere that's out of the wind in the bad weather, and so it doesn't make them, you know, they don't get damp in there and the food doesn't get damp. So do bear that in mind. They do like to have plastic covering on. You can use like a down shower curtain on one of these smaller runs, a clear one, something like that. If you've got a bigger square run, some people use that plastic, corrugated clear plastic on it. It's very simple, but just to make sure that they are dry, they're kept out of the worst of the bad weather, because if you get rain coming in from the side, it's just going to blow in the run and they're just going to be paddling around in wet, and chickens get fungal foot problems when they do that sort of thing. Looking at the little arcs like these ones here, these are great if you've got small little chicks that you want to raise up. They're also really good if you've got a broody mum who's sitting on some eggs. It keeps them separate from the rest of the flock, so the little chicks aren't bothered and the mum isn't put off the brood by the other chickens milling around and annoying her. It keeps them nice and isolated, really lightweight and easy to use. They're fairly strong, good strong construction, tannalised timber again, with the door inside there and the nesting box in here. But they're really strong construction, but they are actually quite light. They've got handles on either end, so they're really, really easy to move around as well. You can move them to separate spots of land. But with respect to looking at the location of your chicken run and your coop, you can put it on the grass, you can keep moving it around, but you'll get lots of dead bits of grass, and I find, generally speaking, that the best thing is to have a hard standing base to put it on, so you've got some hard standing there, and you can just renew the bedding or the litter in the run each time you take it out and clean it out. If you've got it on soil, it is fine, but you will just be on bare soil with the bedding on top of that, and it makes it a bit more difficult to clean out. So what to put in the housing and in the run? In housing, a lot of people used to use straw in the old days, but one of the problems with that is that the thin stalks, you get bacteria and dust mites in that, so it's not such a good idea. One thing we've really got onto at the yard here is this hemp horse bedding. There are lots of different makes. The one we've got here at the yard is Orbio's. We use this in all of the nest boxes and in the pens that we've got here, and in the coops we put it in the run as well. So it's shredded hemp stalks, which is kiln dried so that it's very dry. It sucks the life out of the poop, so it stops any smells and any nasties. It's very environmentally friendly, and I compost that down and dig it into the vegetable patch at home, and it really does. When it's got chicken poop with it, it does a really good job on the compost heap and on the veg patch.